Well, here come the competitors in this 10-meter synchro final. Just the 10 of them. Italy were due and on the schedule and on the official sheets we were given, but pulled out just before the competition. Beluski and Kaptor will lead us out then for Belarus. 18-year-old and a 31-year-old. Now two really strong divers there. Alexander Bondor and Victor Minibayev. Great Britain. Dixon and Williams. Silver at Junior World Championships last month in the 10-meter sync, but ready to go into the big time. Bartel and Fandler from Germany will also be strong contenders. And representing Armenia, Vladimir Haratyunyan and Lev Sargisson, 20 and 21 years of age. So, a concentrated field, we'll call it. It would be nice to see one or two more entries, but I'm sure those that are competing will realise they've all got a good chance of getting on the podium. Particular disappointment maybe that we haven't got Ukraine here. They are the defending champions, Dolgov and Goshkovozov. Russia got silver last time, which like Belyevsev, and Williams and Dixon got the bronze. They're back here competing, trying to go two better ideally. Just meeting the judges, split into two panels. 4 of them judging individual execution of the dives, 2 on each, and then 5 judging the synchronization between the two divers. Again, the top and bottom marks are eliminated. It becomes clear when our graphics go in with the scores at the end of each dive.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's what you can expect from this round. We have 5 teams from 5 different countries, all male. They're going to be competing at 6 dives each.
So 6 dives each. The first 2 rounds are of restricted dives worth 2.0, and then there are no restrictions.
And after that, you're going to find out your European Championship gold, bronze and silver medalist. We have literally about 1 minute away, ladies and gentlemen. If you need to stand up, shake some legs, get some blood, let's go to the toilet. Now is your chance to do so. Look at the wall, there's so many of you. Give us a wave, who's got some memorabilia?
Well, it's Great Britain's second team in effect.
Hold up those Union Jacks, whatever country you're from, hold up those flags. Remember, flash photography, turn it off. If you're going to take videos and photos, we welcome you to...
Just getting into position and ready for the official start, which is coming up in a minute or two. Just after 1:30 here in the UK.
Make sure you set it over top. And if you do want to download just easy 2018 on the App Store. You'll find a lot of information there. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said, we're 5 seconds away. Ladies and gentlemen, this is...
Well, for Baruski. It's a first dive here in the championships. Kaptur was in the team event already with Elena Kapulkina. Remember, 2.0 for the first 2 rounds of diving. Belarus have the honour of leading us off. Baruski and Kaptur with a forward 1.5 somersault piked. Well, these dives comparatively straightforward, if that's possible, off that height. So the judges are looking for top quality execution. And that's a good start, 52.80. Anything over 50 is a strong opening. Bondar and Minibayev both have plenty of experience. The dive piked there. Peter Minibayev regularly diving with Ismailov before, but now with Bondar. It's a new partnership. Alexander Bondar is from Ukraine, but he has taken out Russian citizenship, closer to his Russian girlfriend. And that's a good start as well. 52.20. We've got a high standard already. Great Britain, Dixon and Williams. Stepping up from junior to senior level. Well, we got silver in the Commonwealth Games. Tom Daly and Dan Goodfellow are the #1 pair for Great Britain, but the host nation's diving is in a strong position and they can put the reserves in without being disrespectful, because look, 51.60 shows they will be competing all the way.
Representing
Germany next. Timo Bartel, Florian Fandler. Again, Germany are a country with plenty of talent at 10 meters. Fandler has been diving with Lou Massenberg, so the Houston-Klein combo has dominated very much for Germany in the top flight, so they're looking for a new partnership, 47-40. Now Armenia, who don't get involved in the big time battles that often. Harashunyan is 20. Sargison, who's got the Olympic tattoo, is 21. Nice clean entry. That rip that the divers talk about. The sound is not the only indication, but it certainly helps in the impression. And it's the entry that leaves the last impression on the judges. 47-40. competition. It's not going to take too long. That's the first round dealt with. 280 to 47.40 is the spread. Belarus just ahead. Both these divers from Minsk. Belarusky, it's a major championship debut as an individual here. They were 4th 12 months ago competing in synchro. There is a reverse dive piked there. Still into the restricted dives of 2.0. A little bit of difference there between the two divers as to how far out into the pool. Keeping nice and tight to the platform always looks good. A straight drop rather than a glide diagonally out. 48.
Representing the Russian Federation,
Bondar, representing Ukraine, was twice a European champion. The World Championships last year were his first opportunity to compete for a new country. Back dive, piked. It was a great first championships for them in Budapest, getting the silver medal. Bondar had to take a step back from the competitive level while his citizenship was sorted out. 51, that's a nice dive, 52.20 and 51. Two good scores. But Noah Williams on the right there, this is his only event, both 18 years of age. Both of similar build. Great entries there. Great sound when the two of them really are in sync. 50-40, 8.5s for synchronization. Bartel and Fandler. Two of them have been diving together this year's World Series. Reverse dive for the German team. The stagger's going to unwind somewhat when they get into the unrestricted dives. 48 there. Still build up a handy 5 or 6 point lead though. Now 15 is Armenia. Junyan and Sargisyan. Sargisyan is the more successful individual diver. reverse dive point concluding the second round. Seven and a halves for the synchronisation, 43.20. Already a bit off the pace. Two restricted rounds out the way. Russia, Great Britain, Belarus, all over the 100-point mark. A couple of points between them, then a 5-point gap to Germany. That too can be pulled back over the next 4 rounds. Round 3.7 is the highest we go up to. Russia have that as their 5th dive. There will be a lot more going on in these. Boruski and Kaptur then. Round 3, they have an inward 3.5 somersault tucked, worth 3.2. Kaptur almost nervously kicking his fingers there, just a little bit of a twitch, a little bit of a habit maybe to keep his concentration on the mark. Looking to keep the tut rotations at a similar speed. Not easy to get them through the air in parallel, 70.08. Bondar and Minibayev setting the standards so far, but not by a lot. Reverse 3.5 somersault tucked, 3.4. Well, they've got the beefy program in terms of degree of difficulty. 3.4, 3.6, 3.7, 3.6. Far more involved than the British and Germans, who are not as experienced, especially together. Different angles that we enjoy on television show the synchronisation under a harsh light. 83.64 though, it's a good score. 2 18-year-olds for Great Britain. Matthew Dixon on the left there, 2 silvers from this year's Commonwealth Games. Williams, his only event.
1, 2, 3,
A lot of competition at 10 metres. Tom Daly, who's world champion, is in the pool. He's working as a TV reporter here. He will be admiring the work of these two. It's another more than solid dive. 75.24, quite up into the class of the Russians. Fandler on the left is 30, Bartel 22. With 3.5 somersault tucked, 3.2.
on, up.
Trying to match the spin speed there. 3.3 is their most complex dive. Good synchronization in those tucked somersaults. 71.04. Armenia have a quite ambitious program. They end with 2 3.6 dives. This back 2.5 somersault, 1.5 twist, piked 3.2. Well, that's got a very encouraging response from spectators. These two are used to diving together at the World Championships last year. Finished 9th. That's a well-performed dive. 76.80, that's a real encouragement for them. Halfway through, Bondar and Minibayev have got about 8 or 9 points lead over Dixon and Williams, Borowski and Kaptur. Martel and Fander need to get their act going. There's not much time in between the dives, about 5 minutes or so. Forward 3.5 somersault piked. Buddy Kaptur with a new synchro partner. Caralho was his previous teammate. European silver medalist back in 2014, 31 years of age. Kaptur just losing a bit of synchronization through the spins there. 65.70. Bondar on the left, former Ukrainian, and Minibayev on the right. Back 3.5 somersault, piked 3.6. Minibayev 4 times a European champion. Twice. Oh, that one went wrong, particularly for Minibayev, nearest us. Now, that has opened up this competition now. The coach making it very clear what was required. See what happened when they came out. Well, Bondar's was a little better, but Minibayev really didn't complete his dive at all successfully. 6, the 2 marks there, so 74.52. Well, the two teenaged British divers will know that's opened a major door here. Their program though is 3-2, 3-4, 3-2, so the execution standards have to be really high. 1, 2, 3. With 3.5 somersaults there. It's been interesting competition then, even if a bit of a cameo. .69.12. They've not really made the best of it at all. Germany were lagging behind a little bit, but they too will know that the previous round or previous dives have definitely opened up the competition. Back 3.5 somersault tucked. 3.3 for them. This is their most complex dive. The heaviest splash came from Fandler. That doesn't tell the whole story. The cleanest of entries. You can see Fandler just a bit quicker through the air in the flight. 63.36. Led by Housting and Pryor, Germany so successful in this event. Junyan and Sargisan with 76.80 last time. This is again 3.2, the inward 3.5 somersault tucked. Still got 2, 3, 6 dives to come, so plenty to encourage them. And a diving partnership since 2015. With 3.5 somersault there, just a little difference in the angle of the legs there on the entry positions. 65.28, modest return. Still Russia in the lead. Nobody really below them making a major statement. Dixon and Williams for Britain, then Belarus. Tight with Armenia. Great for them if they could get a medal, and it's within their reach. Go again. 5th round. Belarus Captur have a back 3.5 somersault tucked. This is a 3.3. Well, that is a complete disaster. Token applause there. That went totally wrong. When it goes, it goes. Oh, 3 and a 6. It's a hard lesson for the new boy. 56.53. Russia reminded there of what can go wrong, but also realising just need to reasonably hold it together. Forward 4.5 somersault tucked, 3.7. This is a big one. The biggest dive of the competition. Not flawless, but with that tariff there, they're going to get some healthy points. Decently done. tidier on the entry, wouldn't have gone amiss, but 71.04. Laying down a fair challenge. This is the Great Britain team's biggest dive, 3.4, reverse 3.5 somersault tucked. They are the challengers at the moment. Silver in the Commonwealths. Can they go one better here in the Europeans? Well, the British coaches, knowing their team are giving it a real go here, very quick in the rotations. Just a little bit of disparity in how far out, but there were no huge issues. 80-58, game on. Certainly narrowed the gap. Germany's new partnership, not really delivering at the moment. Forward 3.5 somersault there. Piked. Again, it's 3.0, so these are not high degree of difficulty dives. Nice synchronisation there. Just slightly spoiled on the end by Fandler's entry. 67.50. 7s and up to 8. What a boost it would be for Armenia. Never got a European medal. If they could snatch something here, Harold Yunyan and Sargison, 2 3.6 dives. So they've given themselves a chance and a challenge back. 3.5 somersault piked. They are in serious medal contention here. Well, they'll have a lot of neutrals on their side, that's for certain. They've got the teamwork, they know each other well. Just a little bit of disparity there in the speed in flight, but they're delivering very respectable dives here, to say the least. 79.92, up into the bronze position. Now, have they got the nerve? Oh, they are looking well full of themselves. Russia and Great Britain, the lead is down to less than 6. And Armenia have got a very healthy advantage over Germany. They are definitely on for a place on the podium. So into the final round. Disaster in the previous round has ruined the Belarusian challenge. Well, the nerve is restored. It's 3.2 for that back 2.5, 1.5. Just a little bit awry there between each other in the first phase of the dive, but they seem to pick it up. Well, 71.04, that's much better, and a harsh lesson there for Baruski, his first appearance. Bondar and Milibayev in the gold medal position, but knowing they haven't got a huge amount of spare here. They've got the higher tariff dive of 3.6 compared to Great Britain's 3.2. Back 2.5 somersault with 2.5 twists piked. Can't afford a mistake. Well, they've certainly not made an obvious one. Very calm delivery from the partnership that came together once Bondar got his citizenship sorted out. Justified the move from Ukraine to Russia, which must have been a controversial one at home. But that is a very, very good dive. 90.72, that looks a winner. Class act. Great Britain's second team. That's really not meant to sound disparaging, it's just the truth, but with two 18-year-olds, this is still a fantastic experience, and they can get themselves a silver medal here. Back 2.5 somersaults, 1.5 twists. Not a major error there. Maybe Williams' entry was the more difficult of the two. Nicely in sync there. Just a little slap on the water with his heel. Not a huge error, but just a little bit of a blemish. 72.96 is a safe dive, and that should be enough for a silver. Not bad for teenagers. Big German support here for Bartel and Fandler. 3.2 for their final dive. Back 2.5 somersault, 1.5 twist. 4 out of 5. Again, a lot of splash, particularly from Fandler there. Always feel a bit guilty picking one out. Fandler a little bit further out to the pool and just catching the heels on the water, just holding it all the way through for the clean finish. 63.36. It says third at the moment, but that's because they still have Armenia to go. Well, with all the years of the European Aquatics Championships in diving and the comparatively recent European Diving Championships, 40-odd countries have got a medal. Armenia is not one of them. Bit of history in the making here then for Harutyunyan and Sargisson. They've got a back 2.5 somersault, 2.5 twists pike to finish, 3.6, and a bronze medal at least awaits. Very good indeed, very good indeed. Big test of nerve. Well done. It's not meant to sound patronising. Excellent, 84.24. Never mind about the size of the field, they produced good quality dives and they deserve their moment in Armenian sporting history. And all the divers recognising that. Well, Bondar knows and Minibayev knows that Armenia don't get on the medal platforms with the regularity, to say the least, of Russia. But it's an emphatic victory for this powerhouse duo coming together, having signed, as it were, Alex Bondar from Ukraine. It's really proving a bit of a masterstroke. Minibayev, another European Championship gold. Well, we had a bit of history here.
Armenia, Vladimir, represented by Vladimir.
Big smiles from Harotyunyan and Sargisyan, and to coin a phrase and adapt from a famous Scottish commentator, they'll be dancing in the streets of Yerevan this evening. First ever European aquatics medal for Armenia. Less than 3 million of them. They're usually weightlifters and wrestlers, but they've got a couple of divers now. And the Armenian team won it fair and square in a small field, but with a pretty big performance. And they look pleased.
Winner of the silver medal, Great Britain, represented by Matthew Dixon and
British platform diving is in a strong position when it can send out its second team, in effect. Daly and Goodfellow are the big guns, and they can still deliver the medals. Dixon and Williams becoming an impressive duo in their own right. World Junior silver medalists, and developing an excellent partnership, and showing as two teenagers that the diving future looks good for Great Britain, and a silver synchro for Dixon and Williams.
winner of the gold medal and the men's 10m-SYNC
But
European champions.
it was a strong and substantial victory for Russia. Well, this new partnership of Alexander Bondar and Viktor Minibayev. Minibayev on the left there, Bondar, who became a Russian citizen, linked up with a former rival, and just as in the World Championships, goes straight onto the podium. This time it's a European gold for the new Russian duo.
Give it up for our Glasgow 2018 European Championship medalists.
Russia, Great Britain, Armenia take the medals in the synchronized 10-meter platform competition for men.